Alright, let's go ahead and turn these things to the correct. You will take away. You will take away. And I just realized I really screwed up. I could go ahead and make a train and send it going back and forth, except for one thing. I forgot to connect the freight on the other end, or did I? Oh, I did. I did connect the freight. I did connect the freight. Good, 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 good. I'm pretty sure I did. But it's got no power. We can put power on this side, and then I'll connect it to the other side, and then remove this. But let's go ahead and get the power. Actually, well, that's right. We're just doing this powered here temporarily, so I'm not really worried. Of course, the wire is too long. Wow. So, now, transportation, electric locomotive. Freight car, which I think I screwed up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did. Because I need 1, 2, 3. I need 6. So I need 3 more of these guys. I might have the stuff over here. I don't. I'm missing modular frames. Let's go ahead and get them. Ah, guess what? Modular frames. There's 3. Ah, you can't. I dropped those. Alright, there's 6. Uh, and P Res. Alright, timetable. Why can't I put DuPont Circle on here? There must be a problem with the track somewhere. Ah, yes, there is a problem with the track somewhere. I found the problem. Didn't have to go very far to find the problem. Problem was readily available to be found. Yes, problem was readily available. And I'm out of pipes. My goodness, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Not getting up that side. We've got plenty of beams. Okay. Let's try this again. See, I need to find out exactly which. I'm thinking plastic is coming into the first ones, but I don't want to. All right, now let's try this again. Nope, still a problem. Let's go see where the problem lies. I think I see. Yep. I found the rest of the problem. Let's try this again. I want DuPont Circle, DuPont Receiving. Hey! Now let's go up there and make sure I've got my loading stations all set up. I almost forgot. We got the toot! Ah! how we go. Load up plastic and rubber. Actually, I could have left off the final car. What? Okay. I was like, like what just happened? But yeah, I could leave off the final car. I think I'll delete it. When I get to the station while it's docking, I'll turn off the autopilot so it's not moving, and then delete the final car when it gets done with its animation, and then turn it back on to autopilot and send it back on its way. Oh, close. Yep, gotta wait till the animation's done. I figured I'd have to, but didn't hurt to try. Doo doo doo. Okay. Turn you back on and let you get back to work. Alright. Plastic will come to here. And rubber to there. So. Whoa! How did you get up here? It's like I turned around and he had gotten up here, but of course the fall did him in. That was just like, what? All right, that's in, and that's what we need. So think this is gonna work like I wanted it to. Let's try this. Okay, that'll work then. Foundation. Okay, there's plastic. And you do there. You do there. You do there. And that should take care of rubber. Did not realize that was screwed up though, but we'll fix that. No, too big. All right, there. That takes care of that. All right, now we have to check my production. I changed my production of plastic and rubber, and I need to shut down a plastic and rubber production too. So let's go back up, grab my taxi, which I left up here. I missed. I wanted to bounce off his back, and I missed. I do need to do one thing with my taxi before I go, though. Back the Uber up. Delete. Crap. Let's do this. Now, you know, I was about to do something stupid. I was about to put it right here so it could go back and turn around when I could just do this. Let's go to DuPont Circle. Let's also give you a name. Uber. Because we need to make rubber and plastic on the spreadsheet correct. Because my rubber and plastic, I've got set up the same refineries taking the same oil. I'll produce rubber or plastic depending on what I want, and it goes. I actually use a smart splitter to split them out and send them into their respective things. All that down there, I can get rid of now. Okay, I'll be able to change this now. I don't need two of these anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. Take all. Take all. Actually, no, that's not far enough. Let's do this. Ah, come on. That'll work. Eventually, if I need to make more, I can change that up. Do the same thing over here. All right. How are we doing on production over here? Plastic and rubber are going. Okay, we have 10 of these bad boys because that's all that can be supported by one. And you're still doing good, right? Let's check you out. For some stupid reason, I have yet to figure out that it was working fine before. But somehow the pipe emptied out. And I I don't know why. As long as I was here, everything was fine. I'm going to put you up, even though you can only do. I mean, I don't understand why it. Why do you drop down? That's what makes absolutely no sense. let's try something different here. Let's just experiment with 299. See, this makes absolutely no sense. They definitely need to work on their fluids. I'm going to try something that shouldn't matter. I don't have the stuff on me to try to do it right now, do I? I need plastic. Ah, plastic. Where shall I find plastic? I'm thinking about. I'm going to try. I'm going to try that with a pump too, and just see. Make a horizontal pump and see. I need. Uh, do I have rods? Like, why am I making stuff? Because I don't want to run all the way back and get copper sheets. So I need 200 screws. All right. Let's put a check valve down there and see if that helps. It's holding. Stop the fluctuation of fillings. See, the thing is, this should have a 300 output, a drain rate, but it's having troubles because these guys aren't full again. So I'm going to try something again and see if I can fix this. And the way to do that oh, that's right. Let's see, I can take this to there. I should be able to get rid of that now. Everything should still be good here. It is. So, if I kill this line right here, it should shut off all of my refineries. Okay, refineries now have no power. I'm going to let this pipe fill up and then power it back on. I'm going to let, yeah, I want that to drop to 0. Let everything fill totally up. And if this doesn't fix the problem, I got one more thing I want to try.
Can you hear me, Shalidor?
Yes, I can.
Oh, perfect. What I found out is that if you have on the last horizontal point, just before it bends up, a pump, and just above that a second pump, then the second pump is never having to suck because it's being pushed by the first horizontal. And
Uh,
I have average throughputs of 300.
well, see, the thing is, I had it up to 300 before, but whenever I left it, it changed itself. Now it's coming down because it's filling up right now. But this, now let me kill it again till the pipe gets full again. And it, for I had it working fine, and then I left. I come back, and it's changed. But they've got to work on their fluids.
Are you sure that it's not something else? I've got those problems that I see that I've got no rubber production any longer to find out that I'm not transporting enough of the other material away. The secondary oil.
Oh, I've got
But you've
it's
got
making.
all.
Yeah, I've got nothing that's stopping because it's making the heavy residual, and the heavy
Yes.
residual is coming into here. Let me check this thing. See, it's pretty much empty,
Yeah.
and I'm using it to make coke, and the coke is going here, but it's going into storage and going into a sink, so it's never
Yep.
going to stop.
Yes, I see. I see.
Yeah, I every time I build one of these things, I automatically go and try to make sure it's never going to stop due to stagnation or anything.
Shider, I made one modification on your sync model. I've
Yeah.
got on both. I've got on the both lanes. I've got high-speed belts because I found out it doesn't matter if you've got a slow band on the top or a fast band on a belt on the top. And if I see that too much is going into the grinder, I just add two more splitters, and then
Yes, you can add more splitter. Mine was when I first designed it. It was set up to at for the very beginning when you don't have all the technology and you have to, you know. So it was using Mark One belts because at the very beginning of the game that's all you've got, but you've got the
yep,
awesome thing. So,
yep.
but it's built that way. But you can modify it. You can change the belts and add more splitters when you do. Because if you look with the Coke over here, I'm making so much Coke
Oh
that I've
yes,
actually
yeah,
got 6 splitters and going with a higher.
yeah. I made some wrong calculations with the coke. I think I've got more coke than I want to have.
Yeah, I've makes I'm making a
what are
lot
you
of Coke
What are you doing with the heavy fluid? You make it into fuel?
with the heavy oil residue.
Yeah.
I'm turning it into Coke.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing is just turning it into Coke. The fuel I'm making over at my fuel generators. Now see, it's holding now because I filled up the pipes and everything. So we've got and it's holding. And this is where it was before. By after adding that check valve, that you talked about. See, I didn't have it before, and this was working fine. So I'm gonna have to leave and come back later and see if it's changing again. And if it does change again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another uh, heavy industrial uh, fluid container. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
set it up there. I'm going to fill it full with oil. Shut these down, fill it full with oil, and just and disconnect it, and then connect everything back up. And then I'm going to connect it from here straight down to here to act as a head tank to keep pressure on the whole thing.
Okay. Okay. What I've found to be a solution is that I've got most pipes running in a circle where
Yeah,
they could be
yeah,
feeded or tapped on different places.
yeah. Make a
And
loop.
yep, and where the loop is connecting, I've got two fluid containers standing next to each other, with between them a pipe which is going approximately a little bit higher than the top of the fluid container itself, and then it goes down and then it goes in the second. And that
Yeah,
means only that if the flowback container is overfilled, it will drip over in the second container, feeding the chain again. And that
yeah,
works very well. What I also found out is that certain pumps, when you install them, are blocking the flow in two directions, not only into one. And then you're asking yourself, what the fuck is going wrong? And
yeah,
then all pipes look the same, or all pumps look the same. And then if you check all the pumps, then you see that at once there is one who's blocking in both directions. Then when you delete it and you put a new pump on it, most of the time it's functioning fine.
yeah. That's just a bug sometimes when the pump
Yeah,
is being placed.
but cost me a lot of hours to find out, that some silly pump was just the cause of getting no fluid on one
Yeah,
pipe.
but you can see. I mean, this is
Yes,
the fluid
that's
amount
perfect.
here. Yeah, but it's going up and down, which it should not. It should stay a constant 300.
Nah, nah. Now you're trying to screw ends. No, 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 no. That's a
Well,
very nice achievement what you've got there.
yeah, the thing is when you've got if you've got I'm using this is set up to use 300. So if this doesn't stay at 300, eventually this one down here starts starving. But the way I've got this set up is either these can make either plastic or rubber, either one depending on what you need.
I like the
And
concept that you can switch over from one product to the other.
yeah, because I mean the thing is with plastic and rubber it doesn't matter. They're
It's the
both going to
same
make the
feed.
same. They're
Yep.
they're taking the same inputs and they're going to have the same residual output.
Yeah.
So it comes into here and goes to a smart splitter, which is the only time I've ever really used a smart splitter for anything. But that's all you need.
I've got
Now,
my BO tower, and in the BO tower, you just empty your pockets when you're coming back from a trip.
yeah, what?
Anything which
Yeah,
would be in it, and
yeah.
there I use smart splitters. But that's exactly as you say, the only place I use it.
What I'll do if if I decide to double this, if I double the production of this, I'll build another section over here mirrored to this, and then I will loop the oil between the two.
Okay.
You know,
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
but
Nice.
I may end up having to build a head pressure tank up there just to try to keep the 300 going. But it's supplying me with plastic. But I forgot what I needed to come up here was count my rubber and plastic.
That's the thing what I hate. I was building refineries, and then I didn't have the sufficient heavy modular frames, so I go back to my train to pick up a few. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm ready. I'm want to build. Okay, not enough copper sheets. Okay, fuck you. Go
Yeah,
back one more time. Okay, now the refinery is standing, making a pipe. Not enough iron sheet and rods in order to put the pipe down. Whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah. Which is why I was glad I had enough rods to make screws to build myself an awesome shop.
Okay, okay.
So I mean, I've got with me 48 tickets. So I was like, when I noticed that, I'm like, I looked and I threw down a crafting bench to make sure I had enough screws. I made enough rods to make the screws, and I did. I'm like, okay, good. I don't have to go back anywhere.
Yeah, that's
All
funny.
right, all right. I've got rubber and plastic. It's 4 and 6. So change this, copy, paste, and now the rubber is delete. I could actually change it more because I'm not using any rubber. Let's make it, let's do that. Let's go this, copy,
Oh, here I've got something I
paste,
like.
and then rubber. I'll get rid of that, and then come back over here and turn off one of my other rubbers and turn it into plastic. Because I know I'm going to be needing plastic.
But I now just see that there is a recipe whereby I can use the heavy oil residue together with crude oil to get resin,
Yes, I believe I've run across that before.
and then from
In
resin
my,
I can go into plastic again. Then I don't need to put it into fuel.
yeah, I've got my fuel area. I'm running turning the resin into plastic in one spot and making containers, and then containerizing fuel and shipping it back to my base for use in vehicles and my jetpack.
Yep, yep, yep. I've got also something like that set up. But it's a total overkill. It's producing far more than I will ever need.
Yeah, well, it's just leftover fuel from my generators because the generators don't use all the fuel. There's just a little bit left over, and it's like, well, I'll package it.
Yep,
You know.
yep, yep, yep. Good idea. Yeah.
Okay, let's head back to base. Hey, looks like I've got this going now, but I will have to check this again tomorrow and find out uh, if that's messed up again. And if it is, I'm going to try the head pressure thing. But I'll do that tomorrow, and then I'm going to do some hard drive hunting tomorrow. I need hard drive. I need alternate recipes. But at least I got my rubber and plastic taken care of today, which is a big thing. No
I
longer
mean,
have to have my tractors running back and forth.
using tractors?
I was.
You've got nerves.
Yeah, I was using I had a tractor for rubber and a tractor for plastic because I didn't have trains whenever I first started with my rubber and my plastic.
Okay.
And how else are you going to get it back, you know?
By belt, walking, but not by truck.
No, not truck, tractor.
Okay.
I would have done I didn't have trucks when I did it. So I did it by tractors and they're fine. One thing that a lot of people mess up on whenever they're doing their route is they try to get their route, and if they screw it up, they delete it and start over again and all that, which you don't have to do. Just, go back and edit those points out later. If you run the wrong way and you have to back up, fine, do it, and then let the track run, and then then you just go back and delete those areas, and you're fine. That's my fuel truck right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been doing 2, 3 times trucks, and every time with the same, more or less the same results. And on a certain moment, I gave up. And then when they say that they were patched, I looked into it one more time, and at the first time I tried, did the same fuck up. And then I thought, okay,
Well, the thing is, what I had a lot of people were saying that they're always having trouble with their trucks and tractors running out of fuel and stopping. But the thing is, that's their own fault because they're not thinking about in this in the way this is running in the very beginning of the game. A lot of times you're tripping your breakers. When you trip a breaker, your vehicle that's going through the truck stations, when it goes there, doesn't get refueled. So every time they were tripping their breakers, if it was before they got them reset, if one of the vehicles went through one of the truck stations, it didn't get refueled, and then it ended up dying of, no fuel. Oh, you bitch. All right. Damn you, doggo. Give me radioactive waste. Two radioactive wastes. All right. Empty, empty, and empty. Okay. Two radioactive wastes from them bad boys. All right. Man, I can't. It's bad enough that they give you one radioactive waste, but two doggos in the same pen give you radioactive waste? Well, folks, it is just about quitting time for me, and this is actually a good spot to do it. Tomorrow, I am going to verify that my plastic and my rubber production is working, and if not, play with that a little bit. But I'm also going to do a hard drive hunt. We're going on a hard drive hunt tomorrow. Uh, I'd like to thank Tardino for the raid and Jens for the 1,000 biddies. Thank you very much. Uh, we do need to find somebody to raid, though. That is something that we do need to do. So let's take a look at who is playing the game right now. Let's see. Who could do for a raid? Hmm. Got a lot of people going. Looking for. Maybe find somebody that had, since uh, got Andrew going. Wait a minute. This guy's been in the stream a few times. Let's go see if he's actually there. He is. All right. We're going to raid Brutus. So I'm gonna have to type his name in. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I will be starting again tomorrow at between 11 and 12 Central Time. Please feel free to give me a follow if you would like to be able to get a notice whenever I come up again. I post on Twitter and Discord before I do. Until then, I would like to thank you all for stopping by. I would like to wish you a safe evening. Remember, uh, social distancing, wash your hands, stay safe, everybody. So until tomorrow, y'all have a wonderful evening, and let's go see what Brutus is doing.